All right, we are moving past right triangle trig. So hopefully right triangle trig you remember is our SOHCAHTOA. So if I ever ask you to solve a triangle, the first thing you should ask yourself is it a right triangle? And if it's a right triangle, then use SOHCAHTOA. It's the easiest of the tools we have to solve triangles. If it's not a right triangle, the next thing you should try to decide is if you could use law of sines. Okay, because that's the next easiest thing. Later, we will learn about law of cosines. And there is no law of tangents, so don't worry about that. There's no law of tangents. So we'll do law of sines. We got a couple days for that. And then we'll do law of cosines. But you should always start by thinking, okay, do I have a right triangle? SOHCAHTOA. Law of sines, you need a side and an angle across from it. Any will do, but if you don't have a side and an angle across from it, you cannot do law of sines. These could also be flipped upside down, so like side A over sine of A equals side B over sine of B and all that good stuff. So you can flip those upside down, and they are ratios, so they work for any of the three sides. Here's where it's important to think about what side is which when you're drawing a triangle. So I'm just going to label mine A, B, and C. And then it says A, measure of angle A, and I know it's an angle because there's the degrees and because it's capital. Side A is directly across from angle A, and then side C will be directly across from side C. So it says solve the triangle. So if you ever see this, this means find all missing sides and angles. Okay, and I'm first going to say, can I do SOHCAHTOA? No, I can't. This isn't a right triangle. I don't know enough about the angles, so I can't do it. So now I'm going to move on to law of sines. Law of sines I can do because I have an angle and a side across from it. So I'm going to say sine of 100 divided by 13 equals, the other thing I have is side C. So I'm going to solve for angle C first. So sine of angle C over 8. So notice the angles are both on the top and the sides are both on the bottom. And then I'm going to cross multiply. So I have 13 times the sine of C equals 8 times the sine of 100. And I'm going to divide by 13 so that I just have sine C equals this. So 2 times now, guys, I tried to record a video of me typing into my calculator, but that didn't work. So I took a picture of this calculator to show you what I did. First I did 8 divided times sine 100, and then I divided by 13. And then, so the big deal was that I wanted to hit sine inverse, and then I used this answer button to have it plop all this in for me, because I need to take sine inverse of sine of C to get what C equals, because these undo each other. So I got C equals 37. Because I'm feeling lazy and the fact that I've done this a couple times already, I just want to type in that this, or I'm just going to write in that this is 37. I'm sorry. You would find this one by subtracting from 180. And then this final side, side B, you would need to do one more round of law of sines to find all of the other sides. The last little bit that we were talking about is the area of a triangle. So I'm going to give you this triangle here. And I want you to remember that the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. So if we're looking at this one, we have the base, but we don't have the height. And the height would be this here, and I could draw a right angle here. And to find the height, we could use what we already know, SOHCAHTOA. So I have side C, I have opposite and hypotenuse, which is sine. I'm purposefully using sine. The sine of 54 here is that hypotenuse over that other side here, AC, or my hypotenuse of my little triangle here that I'm going to outline in black. And I didn't use this bit here because I don't actually know how much that bit is, if you will. So if I multiply these both by 16.1, what I know is that the height of my triangle can be found by using sine and cosine. So let's think about this in terms of what we know here. The area of this triangle is 1/2. The base of this triangle is side CB, right? Or we could call it little side A, which I think is what I'm going to call it. And then I have this 16.1. Well, that's little side B. And then I have sine of the angle 54. So this is kind of like a direct result of using the law of sines to find an area of a triangle, or if you would, SOHCAHTOA to find the area of a triangle. So there are a few questions about area of a triangle. You could also say, depending on what angle you have, it could be CB sine A. Oops, I should have put sine C here. I bet I can't go over it. Sine big C. Or 1/2 AC sine B. All of these work equally as well as the others. So area of a triangle, when you don't have a right triangle, you can use what you know about right triangles and the area and SOHCAHTOA to find the formula. There are a few questions on your homework using this formula, so it's a good way to find area of a triangle that is not a right triangle.